Good evening, everybody. We're picking up where we left off on Friday, where I just got the Ice Arrows. Not even close. It was a total curb stomp in my favor. I didn't even need those hearts. But yeah, the really cool thing about getting the Ice Arrows is that now I can freeze things. And you might think that that's like a very self-evident, kind of incredibly obvious thing to say. Because it is. But it means we can do things like this. Immediately explode as soon as stream starts, we're so back. It truly is now officially an aerial stream. And now the water's flowing. When you turn your foes into an ice cube. You play old school RuneScape if memory serves, so... I mean, that's just ancient magics right there. Thank you so much for the resub, I appreciate it. Okay, these clams are too much. I think in old school I'm at like 92 magic, so I'm like 2 levels away from being able to use Ice Barrage. But I also haven't played since like 2017. So like if I did resub, which I'm thinking about doing now that I've got a little bit of money to throw around, I don't know when exactly I would put in the effort to get that magic. It doesn't help that I have the kind of mindset that's just like, oh, well, if I don't have, like, the best equipment for it, like, why even bother? So to be like, oh, I don't have a Kodai, so why bother working up towards ice spells? Is Kodai even still meta? I think I want to go to the... I think I want to go to the start of the dungeon, actually. Because, like, with the water flowing now, I think I can spin the wheel the other way. I don't see water going through that thing, so I probably have to activate a few more pumps. Nobody uses Kodai outside of barraging Slayer tasks. I mean, to be fair, that is exactly where I intended to use it, so... Yeah, I probably gotta follow these pipes backwards to find out where the flow is. Then once I succeed at that, I can spin the thing in the other direction and access all those rooms that I couldn't access before. You would think that it would be easier to hit a hole this size. Okay, gotta get up there somehow. It's also not much better than an item half its price, and that item's not much better than an item you can get for free. They did add the Tome of Water, I think, since I've played. It's like the main reason that I'd want to Kodai is for like infinite water. Topical, come to think of it. But it's like, if I can just put that in the offhand and then like main hit an ancient staff, then like why bother? I have not been in that room. But that's apparently where I need to go. Oh, you know what? I've got ice arrows. I can probably use those to get there. I think as long as I just shoot the water, it'll create a platform for me. Yes, it will. Oh, hello there. That would be so annoying without the mask to magnetize them. I like how Link just kind of like warped to the top of that. 3DS version made water unfreezable outside of designated spots. That's lame. That's like in Portal 2, where they made it so that like you could only put portals on the spots that solve the puzzles. There we go. I had to freeze him, didn't I? A mod for the 3DS version that changes that and other silly changes. That sounds lovely. I was gonna say, imagine like being a creature whose only purpose in life is to be turned into a cube. And then I thought to myself, that actually sounds kind of nice. Also, thank you for the hydrate. Exactly, this is the cubing room. If you come here, you know what's going to happen. It's implicit consent. That Chi-Chi's the only one in the entire series, not just this game, to not drop anything on defeat. If I'm not mistaken, wouldn't this also be like the only completely clear Chi-Chi? Like every other Chi-Chi is like red or yellow or green or blue or purple or gold. I can't think of any others that are just like water. Just a blue Chi-Chi? Didn't look very blue to me. Okay, we follow the flow. Go in there now, too. Aiming these properly takes a bit of doing. But it can be done. Just a second, these guys are like poisoning my set targeting. I wonder who taught Link Sora Kung Fu. And then we exploded, because it had been too long without one of those. There we go. I was gonna say something witty, but then I completely forgot what it was. Oh, hello there, Mr. Frog. I'm probably gonna need ice for this again. I like how he's like teleporting around me and beating the crap out of me. You've run inside a mad jelly. Since its body is so soft, normal attacks won't do any good. Figure out another way. Luckily, Gilded Sword means very little when he's punching me. I like how this is just like an extended disrespect sequence, rather than just like, okay, you took some damage, try again. if I can mash during that. I was kind of wondering the same thing, actually. Or I could or I could simply slap the recalcitrance out of him. And that rewards me with presumably the dungeon key. You got the boss key. Now you can enter the chamber where the boss lurks. Awesome. It's like I got the dungeon item, I got the dungeon, what's the word? Got the dungeon item, got the boss key. Now I just need to, finish it. In terms of straight fairies, we are at a little under half. But with the ice arrows and everything unlocked, even if I end up needing a second cycle, which I probably won't, it shouldn't be too hard to get those. Never revisited making the boss key a carry item. What do you mean? Like something you gotta hold over your head? In the DSL, the boss key was a large item you had to transport to the boss store. I only had Phantom Hourglass, but I think I remember that being a thing, yeah. Shadow Phantom Hourglass? Happily. Phantom Hourglass is really good. Probably wouldn't like it much if you revisited it. Well, I'll probably visit it at some point, so you can enjoy it vicariously. Why yes, I would like to solve this puzzle that requires me to scream directly into the microphone. The map puzzle in the Temple of the Ocean King, I actually figured out properly. Like, a lot of people fluked their way through that puzzle. I actually solved it properly. I felt so giga-brained when I did that. Yeah, like, taking notes on the map was also really, really cool. Like, it's one thing to, like, take notes, it's another thing to, like, take notes on the map, have it, like, actually become something that looks like something an adventurer would carry. I don't think I'm doing that right. I have an idea. The idea is the bunny hood. Something entry in Odyssey, draw your own maps. There's an old Flash game called Adventure Quest, which I think is coming to Steam, but that's a different topic. Um, and they had like one of the first procedural dungeon things that I ever played with. Where like, you know, the thing that you play is not determined before you go inside. And like they make this huge deal out of like how it's procedural. They didn't use that word, but they're like it shifts, it changes. There's like no guide online that will tell you where things are. There's like no UI element that will tell you where things are. You just have to like figure out where things are and like remember them. And like it made you sign a disclaimer acknowledging that like it was going to be different every time. And then after all of that, it was just like there was a button that you could click that it claimed would give you a map. And if you clicked on it, it would just show you a picture of like a pencil and a piece of paper, and it'd be like, this is how you draw a map. And it was like this very like tongue-in-cheek, condescending explanation of how to take your own notes. Yeah, Phantom Hourglass, very good. Though it definitely like fell into the category of like DS games that wanted you to like end up punching a hole through your screen with normal gameplay. Like the amount of like vigorous slashing and stabbing you have to do with the stylus. I feel like I'm missing something here. Triony's on PC, but they've yet to bring SMT4 4A. I feel like 4 and 4A would be like... Those games basically are going to need to like be aesthetically completely redesigned. Like, they worked really, really well on the DS, but I don't know if it'd go as well over with like a PC audience. Then again, maybe I'd be wrong. I really enjoyed 4 when I played it. "4A is actually on the list of stuff I want to do on stream. Okay, I'm definitely doing this wrong. Have I considered just jumping onto it? I tried, and Link's feet fell off. Like, he didn't jump, he just slipped and went right into the water. Played like a third of 4 on the 3DS, but playing stuff on the 3DS is not your vibe. That's totally fair. For me, SMT4 was probably the last major game that I played on my 3DS. Like the eShop was shutting down, so I bought SMT4 and that was that. Let's just try doing a few jumps. I feel like I'm overcomplicating this. It's like there, Link just slips off. There we go. Bunny hood, I used the bunny hood and the same thing happened, he just slips off. It's fine though, I solved it. Except I need to turn that switch off. Okay, I can do that. Realistically, it would be absurdly difficult to close this valve. So, like, respect to Link for pulling it off. It's like he's gotta fight all of that water pressure until he gets it, like, properly flush, at which point it'll hold itself shut. like, he doesn't even have, like, his power gloves or anything. He's just been putting the effort in. So with things spinning backwards, I can access the stuff on the other end of this room. Which means I'm gonna want Sora. I like that, like, mechanical noise in the background. It like, adds something to the soundtrack, makes it sound a bit more, like, industrial. Or it might just be the noise that, like, a monster makes. Kinda hard to tell sometimes. Gonna be like that, I see. I don't think I can push boxes like this one. No, I cannot. But like, maybe I could like freeze a Choo-Choo on this and like keep it pressed down. I'll be honest, I don't remember this whole section at all. That did not freeze it into a block. Overthinking, probably. The Choo-Choo's respawning to give me infinite ice arrows is probably a hint. And then I got squished. I can't believe Link died of Crushma. More child crunching. You're not wrong. It happens an abnormal amount. Like children do get crushed here quite a lot. It's like I don't set out to make it happen. Oh, there's some stuff underwater there. Hold on. Hey, never mind, it was just a single fairy. Blind Fox. It's not quite a glasses thing, but like, just fun fact. I should be able to get new glasses sometime around February. Like, my last two jobs were both supposed to give me benefits, but didn't. This new job hopefully will actually give me benefits, and one of those is covering new glasses. Yeah, like the job where I work for like the really, really sketchy computer repair place, straight up just did not give me my benefits even after I allegedly qualified for them. Like, I even asked about it, and he's just like, oh yeah, you'll get them, and it's just like, it's been 4 months, it should have been at 3. Then the other one was a sketchy, or not sketchy, but like, a multi-billion-dollar corporation that is like, optimized how to screw its employees out of as many benefits as possible. So they were like, yeah, your benefits are calculated, or rather, we evaluate your eligibility for benefits every January. And the only thing that determines whether or not you're eligible for benefits is how many hours you worked in the previous year. So there's no way you're going to qualify for benefits this January, but next January you can qualify. So it would have been January 2026 at the very earliest I would have gotten benefits with them. It's like, that feels scummy. I don't like that. Ah, there's stuff on the ceiling. That'll do it. Yeah, that was another thing at that job. They just didn't give hours. It's like if you worked too much, they would just stop giving you hours. First gamer to ever look up. To be fair, if this was a tabletop game, I would have looked up far sooner. It's actually a thing with, like, psychology, is people generally never ever look up when they're scanning for threats. Oh, I bet I know what I gotta do. It is going to be annoying swapping between these. What's in here? That's probably a stray fairy. Okay, it won't be that bad getting them. Wait, no, that's a switch. It's not a stray fairy. I thought that was a crate. But yeah, the new job is as soon as I work enough hours, which will be around February. And they are substantially less sketchy than the computer repair place, so I imagine they'll actually go through with it. Okay, I don't think water's flowing through here, actually. But if it were, it'd be working now. You really can't have an N64 water temple without having to open your menu multiple times. Like, it's a cool puzzle, just why can't you let me equip fire and ice arrows concurrently? Wait, what? Okay, I think maybe I'm supposed to walk along the pipe, actually. Pardon me. But yeah, new glass is around February, hopefully. I've been using these ones for like a decade. They really need to be replaced. I feel like I totally could have made that jump, it's just that Link didn't jump. I'll try it a couple more times. Though I'll be using save states. It's like, why put that why put that bomb chew there if you weren't gonna defend it? Yeah, I'm gonna get an eye exam and then new frames. Like, I don't even remember what my old prescription is anyway. But yeah, like, aesthetically, just wear and tear, new prescription. I have needed new glasses for quite some time. like climb up this, that'd be great. You know, I had the thought, like, what if I just went Sora so I was taller? I didn't think it would actually work. This is almost certainly a stray berry. Dragon's Dogma logic, you're not wrong. I really wish that Dragon's Dogma had, like, leaned into that more. I can think of exactly one occasion where there's, like, a location that you can only access if you're small enough to enter a tunnel. And it is an incredibly inconsequential location to be able to access. And that's like the Goblin Tunnel outside of the besieged fort. Beyond that, it mostly just determined like whether or not you would grapple or climb something. Dragon's Dogma 1 had a lot of really, really cool ideas, and I am looking forward to playing 2 and seeing how many of them they improved on. Fun fact, the damage formula, like the thing that determines like how much damage you deal and take in Dragon's Dogma 1, is so incredibly bare bones. It's literally just your attack minus their defense equals the amount of damage that you do. With a minimum of 1 damage. So if you fight an enemy that's like, even like a level or 2 higher than you, you basically do nothing because every single one of your attacks, no matter how heavy it is, deals exactly 1 point of damage. But then like the moment you like approach their level and like you get a few more attack points, suddenly your damage output, like, goes up 20 or 40 times. Most egregiously in my experience with the Sahagin in the well in the starter town. Like, you can take that quest around level 7, you really should be closer to level 12 to complete it. And like, those few numbers, those few levels really, really do make a substantial difference. This is like the difference between killing them in 7 hits or 60 hits. I am going to try and find the green pipe, because I don't think I did that properly. I've been playing too much Satisfactory, because like I looked at how that pipe split and I'm just like, how do they both have full flow? How do they both have full flow? Oh, you know what? I probably gotta freeze this. That's actually a thought. Is Satisfactory something that you think would be entertaining to watch me play on stream? I probably wouldn't put it in one of my scheduled slots, but like, it might be something that I just like play when I feel like playing Satisfactory. It's like I say that, but I plan to inflict Terraria and Minecraft on you regardless of your opinions on the matter, so maybe I shouldn't bother asking. It's like, this is my world. We're playing by my rules. Okay, here we are. And you know what? Let's check for a fairy evolver in here. There's a fairy evolver in here. I'd probably make the chest spawn by killing everything in the room. Unfortunately, my shield is not killing things. Or maybe it is. No, wait, I saw a grate on the ceiling. I probably have to go there. If I leave and come back, will those barrels be back? Thank you, Minish. Just imagining these like toenail-sized elves like running in with these gigantic barrels overhead. Minish really are such a delightful part of lore. You feel like a gimmicky Zelda game where you play as Minish would be great, actually. Let me introduce you to... Let me introduce you to the Minish Cap, which is literally the game about that. Permanently stuck as a Minish, not swapping. Consider that perhaps in one of the games you are. How would you tell? Like here in Majora's Mask, it's like, oh, we're all, you know, just normal people living normal lives. Oh, but like, what are those entities? Oh, those are the giants. What if the giants aren't giant? What if we simply are not giant? Great Bay Temple, yes. I am trying my best. There's one of those right here the whole time. Oh. Yeah, I got the ice arrows, I got the big key, I'm just trying to find the boss. And also the fairies. Easiest water temple, nobody will change your mind. I feel like the pipes and like the lack of messing with the water levels probably helps a lot. Like changing the direction of the flow is kind of annoying, but outside of that... It's like, just find the pipe that's glowing or that needs to be glowing and follow it backwards. Divine Beast Varuda? Divine Beast Varuda is a wonderful time. Divine Beast Varuda barely qualifies as a water temple. It is a delight to be in Divine Beast Varuda. Mistakes were made. Thank you, Compass. Yeah, getting the fairies on the first pass, even if I don't get all of them, the attempt, I think, has been fruitful. This far I only have 2 non-dungeon hearts. I have not done as much side questing as I would like to. I think after this I'm going to try and do Anjou and Cafe. Especially because I'm going to be unlocking Ikana Canyon shortly. And like, I got the All-Night Mask, but I still haven't gotten the heart pieces from the old woman. And I haven't touched the trading side quest at all outside of the bit during the tutorial. So there's plenty of stuff that I could claim. But also just in general, I'm not necessarily the best at like noticing side stuff. Once I make it safely to that ledge over there, I think we're going to take tonight's 5-minute break. Not gonna lie, was scared I jinxed it. But yes, 5-minute break. Please use this time to refill your beverage, go to the bathroom, anything you feel like you want to take care of in that amount of time, roughly. I'll see you in that amount of time, roughly. forgot to unmute myself. You'll never know what you missed out on. You can, like, interpolate from, like, other things that I said. You can make a pretty good guess, but you'll never know for sure. It's part of the mystery. It's part of the allure. It's part of my lore now. The aerial lost media. Did I ever break this pot? I feel like I didn't. Well, the good news is, if I have to go hunting for the other fairies, I'm not gonna have to hunt too hard. So I'm only missing one. Pardon the siren, I can't really do much about it. It's like, come to me, straight fairy. And it looks like the last one is also in this room. So that's serendipitous. You don't know if I can re-enter the temple in the same cycle? I mean, if I can find the fairy, it'll be a moot point. It's like, I know it's in this room somewhere. So it's probably like in a pod or something. Or it's right there. Can I reach that from here? Yes, I can. Alright, now I just need to figure out where they actually live. Because I'm reasonably certain that I've never actually done this Great Fairy before. It's like, I think this one doubles my defense. I know that the one in the final dungeon gives me the Great Fairy Sword. Yeah, assuming this one is double defense, that'll definitely go a long way. Gargantuan masked fish, Bjorg. Spider's Georg is an outlier and should not have been considered. Even if you go near it now, you'll be eaten. Amen from the Not gonna lie, that jump scared me a bit. Heck yeah, fish duel. Georg and Gavul aim at your specific fear of monstrous sea predators. I mean, that's not an unreasonable fear. Thank you for the hydrate. I think the problem right now is a little too much hydration. But I will hydrate. My overall lack of health does concern me just a little. Do I not have fairies? No, I don't. I think there's one at like the start of the dungeon. Like over here. So really, this was all just like a clever ploy to go get that. I deliberately died to the boss to give myself a better chance against the boss. That's how that works. It is surprisingly difficult to slam face first into a barrel. Back at the start, may as well get the fairy buff. Fair. Very fair. I don't know where the fairy is, but I'm sure I can figure it out. This turtle just reminds me of the stage from Smash 64. Or Melee, rather. On the I see like an entrance over this way. So I'm gonna start by assuming that that's where the fairy hangs out. Though then the question becomes, how do I get there? That definitely looks like a fairy fountain. I'm not quite sure what that is in the background, but it sounds obnoxious. I wish I could do something about it. Away with ye, bird. I'm feeling a little bit tired, which concerns me because I have work in like 5 hours. Granted, this is exactly why I'm going to try and nap between now and work, but it still scares me. It's like, there's so many things that in my mind could go wrong. Alright, here, take the rest of yourself. What you got for me? Oh, courageous young one, I am the Great Fairy of Courage. Thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. As thanks, I shall lend you my strength. Yes, double defense. Extremely useful buff. Your defense has been strengthened. Enemies now do half as much damage as before. Come see me when you're overcome by weariness. It's like she lives really far out of the way. I don't think if I'm like in a bad spot, I'll be going to her. It's just a simple question of practicality. Yes, let's go kill that fish. I don't think that I would fail, but it'll be nice to get that done tonight. Here. Oh well. I wonder if I can spawn another fairy over here. Yes, I can. Okay, this time I've got 2 fairies and double defense. If I can't beat the boss under those circumstances, I probably don't deserve to. Just gotta make it there. Well, that happened. Or excuse of a fox if I can't fight into some fish. That's cats. You're thinking of cats. Foxes run cat software. Yeah, but like... instead of going for fish, we go for chicken. It's like I wouldn't say no to some fish, but like chicken is ideal. My specialty is hunting dinosaurs. You're not wrong. Speaking of, Ark Survival Evolved, a game that I've put some time into. I definitely feel like I like the idea of playing that game a lot more than I like playing that game. Especially after they added, like, big fish to the ocean that, like, hate boats, because, like, previously what I would do is I would make my base on a boat. And then they add, like, this big fish that just, like, hunts down and destroys all boats in the game, and... it's like, well, there goes what I used to do. So, screw it. Thank you for the hydrate. I just realized York has a rainbow horn. Why play Ark when I can play No Man's Sky? Because I own Ark. Plus, I'm still a little bit salty about the whole egregious lies thing. Like, I get that No Man's Sky, like, cleaned up their act and, like, delivered on most of their promises ultimately, but... the fact that they had to, like, lie in the first place in order to, like, clean up their act... to me, it's kind of like praising a thief for, like, returning the things that they took. It's like, why are you praising them? The only reason that they were in a position to do this good thing is because they did a bad thing first. first I was gonna be like, imagine how weird it would feel to have, like, your spawn inside of you. Then I'm like, wait, that's literally just how pregnancy works. I saw a video earlier today on YouTube. I think it was, I want to say it was Point Crow. Let me double check. Yeah, Point Crow. Can I make a pizza in Zelda before giving birth? It was certainly a video. Well, I appreciate the hearts at least. I appreciate less being consumed. I find it kind of funny how in like every... There we go. I find it kind of funny how in like every boss fight post being able to get the Gilded Sword, there's like a gimmick that like makes it suboptimal to use the Gilded Sword. Also, thank you for redeeming the Ara Ara. I will happily give you your Ara Ara. And the heart goes up by 1. Which is kind of like going up by 2 by the standards at the start of the stream. You seized Georg's remains. You have just freed the innocent spirit that this dark mask had kept imprisoned within the body of evil Georg. Hey, listen. We want you to lend us your power. If you just leave things as they are, something terrible will happen to this world. Surely you're the only ones who can stop it. That's what Tail was trying to tell us. Help our Ren. I get it. We have to help the last one. Then promise us this. You'll cooperate with us. Nah, she doesn't quite get it. But that's fine. Now I can continue resting in peace, pulls out gun, kills self in Minecraft. I too must abide the laws of ancient times and again merely watch from my deep slumber. But the evil that haunts this land has not completely vanished, Ariel. I shall depart after enjoying Lulu's voice a bit longer. I think the gods can permit that. Hehehe. Except Lulu's nowhere to be seen. Alright, there's some stuff that I want to get done now. There's a bunch of stuff that you can do in, like, Zora's Domain after killing Georg. But I don't quite feel like doing all of it right now. Nor do I remember what most of it is. Trying to think, is there anything that I want to grab before I reset the cycle? Honestly, the main thing was the defense buff, and I got that, so... It's like anything else I can just get on another cycle, it's no big deal. I believe that now I want to go to the inn, which is in East Clocktown. I think that's where grandmother is. The quickest way to the canyon is through the east gate. Good to know. I find it slightly annoying how you have to slow time every single time you reset it, but it's not that big of a deal. We steal the mystery person's presumable life savings. It's all in the name of defrauding the bank as much as possible. Check-in begins at 8. Mistakes were made, what do you mean? This is what I came here to do. Oh, Tortoise, you're late. Tomorrow is another early day, so good night. I'll read you a story tomorrow. Oh, okay. I had to go to a specific hour early on to actually check in. I'm not trying to check in. Okay, mistakes were made. Well, I gotta kill time until 8 then. 21435. It's fine, I got a backup thing that I can do. And it starts with a moon's tear. And ends very briefly thereafter. I'm feeling a bit fatigued, and also, again, anxious about work. I might call it a little bit early tonight just for safety. It's one of those things where it's like, if I'm just gonna spend like the last, 15 minutes anxious, I may as well just cut them off. It's kind of like where my mind is drifting. Bit of an awkward transitory period, but once I settle into the swing of things, it shouldn't be quite as spooky. That said, there is some stuff I want to get done, so... It's probably worth my time to actually undo the slowing down of time, which is kind of funny because I just complained about having to reapply it. Oh well. Gotta wait until 8. I like how wait and 8 rhyme. I like how you can tell that this thing was like designed as an implement of torture. You're not capable of blinking. Your eyes are red and bloodshot. To break somebody, all you'd have to do is like strap them into this and then just leave them. I think that encounter doesn't trigger unless it's night. Let's try this again. Okay, so first I'm gonna do it without the mask just to show what happens. Oh, Tortoise, did you finish helping Father? Then let Mother read you a story. Which story would you like to hear? Carnival of Time, please. The Carnival of Time, is it? The carnival is almost here, so it's good for you to learn its meaning. It's a little long, but I'll read it with some enthusiasm. Ahem. The Carnival of Time. Each year, the season of harmony begins with the sun and the moon are in alignment. Paying homage to the way that both nature and time are tirelessly in the process of progressing. The Carnival of Time is when the peoples of the four worlds celebrate that harmony and request fruitfulness for the year. Oh, are you awake? I guess that story was a little boring for Tortoise, wasn't it? Don't give up, try again sometime. So yeah, you fall asleep because the story is too boring. Unless you have the mask that prevents you from falling asleep. For ages, people have worn masks resembling the giants who are the gods of the four worlds. Now it has become a custom for each person to bring a handmade mask to the Carnival of Time. It is said that if a couple united on the day of the festival and dedicated a mask as a sign of the union, it would bring luck. The centerpiece of the carnival is the clock tower, and on the eve of all the festivities, the doors to the roof are opened. From atop the clock tower roof, a ceremony to call the gods is held and an ancient song is sung. All of these festivities for the Carnival of Time are held so that we may ask the gods for a richer harvest in the year to come. You did a good job, that's all for Tortoise. When does the clock tower roof open? On the eve of the festival. You did a good job remembering. That's the boy I'm proud of. I'll give you some candy as a prize. And it's a piece of heart. The 4 giants, please. The 4 giants, is it? This is quite long, but it is a good story for you to hear, so I'll read it with some extra gusto. Ahem. I also just noticed that her wheelchair has, like, spikes on it. She's taking out all the other mobility scooters. The 4 giants. This tale's from long ago when all the people weren't separated into 4 worlds like they are now. In those times, all the people lived together, and the 4 giants lived among them. On the day of the festival that celebrates the harvest, the giants spoke to the people. We have chosen to guard the people while we sleep. 100 steps north, 100 steps south, 100 steps east, 100 steps west. If you have need, call us in a loud voice by declaring something such as, the mountain blizzard has trapped us, or the ocean is about to swallow us. Your cries shall carry to us. Now then, there was one who was shocked and saddened by all of this. A little imp. The imp was a friend of the giants since before they had created the 4 worlds. Why must you leave? Why do you not stay? The childhood friend felt neglected, so he spread his anger across the 4 worlds. Repeatedly, he wronged all people. Overwhelmed with misfortune, the people sang the song of prayer to the giants who lived in each of the 4 compass directions. The giants heard their cry and responded with a roar. Oh imp, we are the protectors of the people. You have caused the people pain. Oh imp, leave these 4 worlds, otherwise we shall tear you apart. The imp was frightened and saddened. He had lost his old friends. The imp returned to the heavens and harmony was restored to the 4 worlds. And the people rejoiced and they worshipped the giants of the 4 worlds like gods, and they lived happily ever after. Good job, wasn't that fun, Tortoise? What did the people do to call the giants? They sang a song. That's right, but you couldn't just sing that song anywhere. 100 steps north, 100 steps south, 100 steps east, 100 steps west. The spot at which those giants parted is right in the middle of this very town. It's been a long time since we had a picnic at Romanite Ranch. I think I might be forgetting something. That or that was simply just lore. I could have sworn you could get 2 pieces of heart from that. Oh well, still an interesting lore drop. Right, I'm missing a step. I gotta come over here, trigger this guy. Here, take this. Thank you for the deed to the Deku flower. So yes, this is an incredibly valuable piece of property. Like, that is a land deed that I can sell to another Deku for quite an obscene price. Very, very valuable. Many people would love to have it. But I can think of one person who needs it more than anyone else. Maybe they're not here on the third day. Oh well. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to deposit these rupees, reset the cycle, and then call it for the night. It's a bit early, but I'm anxious. The quest that made you realize that a perfect cycle was impossible. If memory serves, there's like a letter that ultimately ends up going nowhere that you can give him. That is like a victimless thing to hand over. You've already saved up 1,000 rupees. Here's your gift. That's what they call interest. But yeah, we'll reset the cycle and then I think we'll call it there. It's about 15 minutes early, but it is what it is. Yeah, with any luck, tomorrow I'll have a better idea of like what I'm doing and how much leeway I need. I'm definitely very scared. Like, I'm scared of the work, I'm scared I'm not gonna have energy, I'm scared that they're not gonna like me, or that there's gonna be some kind of problem. But all that I can do is face it. Yes, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it each and every time. Next stream is going to be on Wednesday. The game is going to be Banjo-Tooie. If you're expecting Little Goody Two Shoes, I actually finished that game last Thursday because it was Halloween. Next time I'm streaming Majora's Mask will be on Friday. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I hope to see you again. Good night.